Mhm. Mhm. Hey, YouTube. Y'all here? We'll give it a minute or two. Ooh, your kisses. Sweet as honey. Guess what? So is my money. Don't give me no problems when you get home. Hey, baby, break it down. Hey, dog liquor. I ain't seen you in a few days. Prima Wanda and Fraser Laurie. Lincoln Jude. That's the only part I remember about that song. Ooh, your kisses, sweet as honey. Guess what? So is my money. Don't give me no problems when you get home. Toontown, Neptunian, looking from afar. How you doing? Hi, TLC3, respect, baby. And all she wanted was a little respect. Listen, I'm paying all the bills. You laying up on your ass, right? I know I'm a star. I'm a big singer and star, but still, I don't need you slobbering all over me, right? I need you to respect me, right? Your kisses, they sweet. It feels good. Get a little kiss here and there, right? But you know what? My money is sweeter. Guess what? So is my money. How y'all doing? I see a lot of y'all in here. So apparently the story of the day is this situation where Miss Kimmie done went off on all the children, right? She done turned on them for a story. And now it has been unveiled that this woman that they've all teased so relentlessly all through this year, they called her all kind of crackheads and meth heads and falling down addicts, and she needs to take her kids from her and all this stuff. All these things they've been saying about this woman named Misunderstood. She's been giving them money, right? Now, we're going to get to this $300. But the point is, when Tracy shows these receipts on her channel today, not only is she lent her some money, which is what we're going to talk about, the woman has been constantly giving this girl, Kimmie, cash, right? Now, I would say, well, that's no big deal. People do that all the time. If it were just 2 or 3 cash apps, but no, we're talking tens, because the receipt that Tracy showed only showed you part of a page, and the page was continuing of all the money that this girl has given to Kimmie, right? Now, if a person is supporting you at that level, I do believe you do deserve some respect. Just hey, baby, when she got home. So the point is, at one point, Kimmie was being evicted. She had to move immediately. And she asked this woman, who was giving her all money already, for this is the junkie, y'all call her, right? Junkie stunts and all this stuff came out of that. She asked her, I need moving expenses, and could you send me $300, and then I'll pay you back on Tuesday. She sounded like Wimpy on the Popeye. Remember? I'll gladly pay you Thursday for a hamburger today. Right? Now, people will say, oh, they fell out and there ain't no way she's going to pay her now. This thing, she should have paid her months ago. How many Tuesdays have we passed? You see, this is why people get in trouble with their credit. They want to use the product, right? Because they have an emergency. But then when it comes to paying people back, this is why you can't get credit. This is why you can't get a house. You can't do all this shit. It's because they're just judging you by your ability to pay what you owe. Correct? You enjoyed the item when you got it. You enjoyed that $300 coming in for you to move. Someone had bailed you out. But you immediately forgot about that, right? And the woman was still continuing for pages, giving you more money. I don't know why the person who you're accusing of being this horrible junkie has got all the money, and you weren't supposed to be pure, purebred, you ain't got shit, right? To even be evicted is a process. They don't just, you're one day late they evict you. No, that's a process of you not paying. You're not paying your bills, right? So when you borrow money from people, that is a bill. That is a responsibility, right? It is a responsibility. You can't ask people to lend you money. The ask is the key thing. You ask her for the money. $300 is $300, honey, right? And somebody bailed you out, showed you loving kindness, and then you just forgot about it. You never paid her back. See, this is associated with your character, because we've seen on here that you have had times when you have had $300, right? But no, you wanted to buy a new dress, or you wanted to go somewhere, or do something fancy. You want to have giveaways on your channel. You want to do everything except for paying this woman back her money. Now, Ms. Kimmy, there is no way around that. You owe that woman the money. You should have paid her. You should, and everybody goes through it. People lend money even to their own relatives, and now the relationship is strained, right? Because at some point, if you have not paid that person back, then you got to sit up in their face, right? And they're sitting there looking at you, talking about you bought a new purse, or they're looking at them shoes. Those are nice shoes, baby. Knowing you owe her $300, right? It puts strains on relationships. Many times in families, child, it in particularly, it can break families apart because I loaned you money and then you didn't pay me back. But for somebody on YouTube, somebody's already giving you hundreds of dollars, girl. Why would you abuse that person like that? And then you're going to turn on them, right? You calling her all kinds of junkie. You won't even acknowledge that the girl has really done pretty good at trying to recover. She's doing all her part. You're her friend. You're the one she's sending all the damn money to, child. And then you are the one that throws her under the bus continually. It's crazy. It is crazy to me. Pay that woman her money back, honey. Give her what you owe her. It's wrong, Miss Kimmy. And if you don't see that it's wrong, it speaks to your character or lack thereof, right? So now you beefing with her. It means you don't owe her anything. Does that cancel all debts? What you're supposed to do is say, listen, here's your damn money. You're not supposed to say, damn, you're supposed to be grateful, but whatever. Just give me my money back, right? Because you asked me and I sacrificed. Maybe I only sacrificed. This is a single woman raising 3 children. Yes, she's going to come out with $300 because you were in trouble, right? And then she obviously is not stressing you about the money because she feels like you're pitiful. And she continues to cash app you 50, 20, 40, 50. I mean, just constantly. Were you taking advantage of her wanting to belong? I think it's pretty sad. People wonder, well, why are you talking about it? Well, girl, you talked about Tracy, didn't you? We talking about everything come through here, child. I mean, it's worthy of talking about. I think you're in the wrong here, Miss Kimmy. And you need to sacrifice something and pay your debts, right? I could already guess that you have horrible credit, right? Because what you're doing to her, same thing you do with bill collectors. You get credit cards, you run them up, and you don't. If it's time to pay, you don't want to pay your bills. That's why you get evicted, because you don't pay your bills, right? I learned a long time ago, girl. No matter what is going on, first of all, you pay your rent or mortgage. I have rent, whatever it is, you pay it right off the top, right? And then you go through all your other bills, honey. And you don't need to have 7 credit cards, right? You don't need to have 7 credit cards. You need to pay them off so that you can live comfortably now. But first, you have to take care of your responsibilities. You already wore the shoes. You already carried the purses and all this stuff. And then you have to pay for it because you're getting the stuff up front. What y'all think? Oh, they show receipts. I don't know. I'm not with all this showing people receipts, especially with people like Jay Wilson. I need receipts. I need receipts. Girl, you don't need shit from me, nigga. Right? I'm not showing you nothing. But since they had them there, it was so easy to prove. Tracy decided to go ahead and show those receipts. The receipts show that this girl asked her to lend her $300. She told her she would pay her back on Tuesday. That was in August. How many Tuesdays have we experienced since August? Right? August is going to roll around good pretty soon. And if you have waited this long, that means you have no intention of paying her. Correct? And you're embarrassed, and you should be embarrassed because you've been caught. Mm-hmm. Preach it, says Toontown. Mm-hmm. It's the truth. I have been reading your book. Oh, you've been reading the book Murder in the Beef Sector? Oh, that's nice. Thank you. There's a sequel called Deadly Wager. I'm glad people are reading it. I fall down as far as promotion. I'll promote a book for, 3-4 weeks in the beginning, but after that, it's just like move on to something else. But I intend to write one more book, Tastic. Thank you for reading me. I intend to but I stopped a month ago because I got sick, and now I got to get back into it for the exciting climax. How are you doing, Inet? Inet? Is it Inet? Yes, spelled with an I. Inet 75. Mm-hmm. Oh, I ain't loaning no money to shit. I have friends. Unfortunately, all of my friends, they're all in the working world, so they all got more money than me. So there's never a situation where I have to loan them money or anything like that. But I have friends that will, if I find myself in a sticky wicket, I say, oh, my shit, my bank account is overdrawn or whatever, an emergency, right? They would rather give you the money that you need than to loan it to you, because loaning money, it fractures friendships, right? Because every time a person gets money, their other things come up, and you put it off and put it off and put it off, and it's always uncomfortable, right? So yeah, I think it's much better to just, if you have the money, I'll just give it to you as a gift, right? I had when I wrote my first novel, Loving Gospel Music, a lady in my church, I know I've said things before, I only got one story, but I finished the book. She had really liked Meth Monster, and I finished this other book, Loving Gospel Music, and I told her now I have to figure out a way to publish it. That was the big novel, and she went up person, gave me $900 cash, and she said, I'm just helping you out. Don't worry about this. If later on you get some money, you can pay me back if you want to, right? In other words, there's no obligation to pay me back. But at some point recently, I said, you know what? That lady gave me that money all long ago. She didn't ask for it back, but I want to pay her back her money. It doesn't make no sense for me and her wasting money, buying silly shit, right? Throwing money away when I owe that woman that money. So it felt good. That's the listen, Kimmy. It feels good to take care of your responsibilities. I am a person who actually enjoys paying my bills. Borrowing money from somebody is a bill. It is a primary bill because it is personal. Before you do anything else, pay the person back what you borrow from them, right? At one point, my computer crashed. I had to call my sister. I had never borrowed anything from my family, but I considered it an emergency because I was in the middle of writing something. And they sent me the money, right? Don't worry about it. I was broke at the time. And when I started doing this YouTube stuff, one of the first things I did was to send her that money back, right? Because I borrowed it. She helped me out in an emergency. She said, no, it's all right. Just keep it. So I ended up sending it to another relative who was in need of the money, but I needed to get that off me to do the right thing by people. Right. Kimmy, you can't sit on here scandalizing and being a scandalous person and then turning on these people and making them your enemies. I can be your enemy, but run me my money. Right. You should never have put, I'll pay you back. You were manipulating the person because you wanted to get that money. You never should have borrowed anything. If misunderstood, said, listen, I can't give you $300, but I can give you $50 or something like that, right? You'd have been better off than trying to work this woman who you knew was a generous person and who was trying to be relevant on YouTube. I think is part of it as well. You saw that and you took advantage of her. Even at that time, I believe this happened in August, the girl was still struggling with her own addiction and with a lot of negative people. You saw her generosity and you took advantage of it, right? So this will follow you, Miss Kimmie. Even though you say you're in a beef with her now, I don't know what establishes these beefs. Some of them, I mean, the way you went after Tracy didn't make any sense to me at all. And the way you're going after this girl, it makes no sense to me at all. People just conjure up beefs, kind of thing. But yeah, we're in a beef. But run me on my money. The idiot boy over there, Jay Wilson. Oh, I guess you got to go to court. I guess girl, ain't nobody going to court on $300. Idiot. Soon they tell her, oh, I heard there was money. You got to go to court. Why would you even give advice like that, nigga? Nobody should have to go to court to get you to pay them their money, honey. God damn. I mean, how hard is it? Do they even know each other? I don't think so. Well, apparently, Miss Kimmie done turned on the girl completely because she's a friend of Tracy's. These friendships and stuff, be a person of integrity is what I say. Nothing changes the fact that she gave you that money and you didn't pay her back. You ain't asked her how she's doing now financially. I don't know why the girl had all this disposable income, but we all have issues. Effie, we all got pain and we all got bills, right? And the money would come in handy. More than likely, Kimmie has never even brought up the subject again. And she is embarrassed because now it's coming out. And the people actually had these receipts. I just hate when somebody tell me, I need a receipt. Who the fuck are you? I need to show you shit. They have them and they showed them. What y'all think? Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm fine. I still got clogged up ears, but I'm okay. Who asked me that? And that. Also, I'm way behind now. So stop doing all this shit with these people online. Just have your online relationship. Trick your computer on. You see something wrong, you talk about it. See something right, you can talk about it, right? But trying to build these relationships on here, it's just. I mean, I guess some people can do it. I can't do it. I've always been a loner anyway. But I enjoy doing this. I enjoy the interaction. I enjoy the internet friends that I make on the internet. It's a different kind of friendship, but in my opinion, it's still friendships, right? It's still somebody that you enjoy watching. I like you. I think you're a nice guy. People attack you. Yeah, I speak up for you because I like you. And I don't think you're all these horrible things, right? Miss Kimmie doesn't see it that way. She jumps in immediately. She couldn't wait to hop her ass into that situation with Tracy. Like it actually has something to do with her. How can you do me like this? How can you do Miss Thing? I'm over here getting my pussy eat, nigga. Why in the hell is that what does it got to do with you? Excuse me, ladies. I don't have one of those. Excuse me. I'm just or whatever. They're all fighting every single day, child. The speed with which these people throw each other under the bus. So beware, people. When people are telling you ain't no friends on YouTube, watch that person, honey, or don't watch them. It's probably more to the point, right? Because they're telling you there are no friends. That means I'm going to do anything I want to you because you're not my friend. It's stupid. But I keep expressing that I think these people who say things like that are stupid people. You letting people know that you can't be trusted. You letting people know that they need to have nothing to do with your punk ass. Oh my God, I thought that statue was Squeenie. Which got you? Chris Caldwell? The new one? That ain't Squeenie. That's two men. Either they're Greeks or Romans. Those two new guys. I wanted that statue for years, and they had it at a Castro restaurant at the counter. And I said, I wish they would sell me that, right? And then I was at this consignment store, and I saw this is a bigger one than they had. Well, I finally saw it. I just had to have it. But no, there's no Squeenie dogs. Are you talking about this dog right here? He's a horse. Mm-hmm. If I ever see me a Squeenie dog in that breed, yeah, I might get me a Squeenie dog, some representation around here to show him the love, to show him that we are equal partners in this thing. He is man's best friend. Mm. Once I loan you money, there is no way I'm going to continue giving you money until it's paid back. Well, that makes sense, baby. Some people, like I said, my best friend here, he won't loan me no money, even though he has tons of money. But he'll give me whatever I want. You know, he pays for things. We go places. I don't want to do any of that stuff, but I'm just not going to loan you no money because I don't want to fracture our friendship, and that's what's going to happen, right? Because there's always other expenses that come up, other things you want. It's a matter of your character. Are you going to pay your debt first? This beef they're having now should have nothing to do with the money she borrowed from her, because that money, that was in August, girl. August, September, October, November, December, January. Girl, 6 months ago. Right? It should have immediately been done. You don't know if you're going to fall out with people and all that kind of shit. Some people are even suggesting that you fall out intentionally, right? To release you. You're cutting off the goose that laid the golden eggs because you borrowed that money from her, right? It was nice of the girl if she had the money. Apparently, misunderstood is not as pitiful as you guys made her sound. You made her sound like she's some crackhead on the street, right? She seems to be handling her business in that area. I've been through that process. She got very little support, but I think her and Tracy became friends, and they've been loyal to each other. So I think you can have friends on YouTube, honey. But don't leave your loan money to your friends, right? Sometimes there's an emergency and something has to be done. Then I would say, yeah, I don't have a problem with that. If my friends need something and I have it, they can have it, whatever it is, even if it takes everything I have. If they're in some kind of trouble, their car don't work and they got to go to work or whatever. But those are actual friends, not people you meet on YouTube. Just come on YouTube, make your content, honey, and eventually you'll build an audience. You don't got to pay people to build an audience. You don't got to pay to be a part of this thing. It's disgusting. Kimmy, you're just showing all these different parts of yourself that are not, it's just not a good look for you. Some of this shit you pull. Then they start pulling up your mug shots and all that kind of stuff. It gets ugly, girl. So why are you going out of your way to make enemies just to have beefs? Right? I believe that you should cash out that woman immediately and say, well, you can hold everything else over me, but not this, because this is a responsibility that I have. You ain't got to say nothing. Just cash app. You know her cash app number. The money appears. So when she throws it up in your face, you can say, no, you asked for your money back, and I gave it to you. Done deal. Then go back to fighting and scratching and biting. Mm-hmm. There have been times where things get slack. You can get slack when you borrow money from people. You feel like they don't need it, and you have something you need it more for and all that kind of stuff. No, it doesn't make a difference, honey. Even if they're rich, just give them, so that way it won't be this thing between you, right? Particularly when you see you start buying shit and paying for stuff, honey. Run me my money, Nuri. You're supposed to say, pay me my money, honey. You under arrest, sugar. Run me that. You got that? Can I get that? Okay. Baby, I like paying everything. Y'all know I have a furniture shopping addiction, right? So every time I buy something, and I use Wayfair a lot these days. I never used it before COVID, but I do now. But them, if you pay it, you're off your item in 3 months, you don't owe them no interest at all. You just pay for whatever it costs, right? So for me, if I want something bad enough, I might have to sacrifice other things until I pay these people off, right? And I actually like paying them off. So I've never had a problem with paying off everything. I don't let credit go on and on and on like that, right? I don't want to owe nobody nothing. It is an uncomfortable feeling when you owe people all this money, and particularly when it's personal loan. And now it's coming back to haunt you because people are seeing who you are. Because of who you are, they'll dry up gifts. Because of who you are, they will turn their back on you. And it's all because of who you are. Here it comes. You are a scammer. Oh, glory. You're a cheater. You got my money. And you sit back and laugh at me. I trusted you and helped you. Oh, God. She is kind-hearted. She got taken advantage of, honey. I think Kimmie is more of a street person that she puts on all those arrests and all that kind of stuff. It's because she's from the streets herself. That's why she's in jail and so forth, right? And so many times, an opportunist, they spot weakness. They spot a weakness in you, right? Now, they don't have to take advantage of the weakness. They can say, no, baby, no. They can guide you away from being too generous. They give you good advice, right? So that you're not supporting all these people. Because if she's giving that kind of money to Kimmie, she's probably giving that kind of money to other people as well. So you don't take advantage of your friends. I don't want your money, honey. I'm not here for your money. How does she owe money, but she's on vacation? Oh, she's having vacations and things. Oh. See, people notice that. Somebody owes me, honey. I noticed if it got new tennis shoes on. But I don't know. I just don't want money. I don't know a lot of people. People don't call asking me for money. As I said, most of the people that I hang out with now, they're doing fine. They don't need loans and stuff like that. And I never borrow money from them. Let me see. Well, wait a minute. Doesn't Kimmie have a whole fiance? She got a man? Well, hell, the man ought to step up. What you owe, baby? Ain't gonna have him talking shit about my baby. No, she knew she could call a misunderstood and she would give her the money. That's the only reason she asked her for it, right? She knew she had it because Kimmie, misunderstood, was already giving her money, right? They showed the records. They showed the receipts. Cash App. And it was all for 1 month. But what Tracy showed, that wasn't the end of it. The receipt went on. And they talked about that girl like a dog. And now I'm your enemy for whatever reason. Where's she on vacation at L7's? I know that. I know she kind of disappeared. See, she done had her fun with Miss Tracy, thinking she can talk about her like a dog and get a few views, clicks and views, right? About how it destroyed her and how hurt she was and all that shit, child. And then now Miss Tracy is back in her saddle. She knows she coming for that ass, girl. And that's why she's quiet. You reap what you sow. That's Bible. Have we gotten any receipts to show that she owes the money? Yes, Miss, what's that, Miss D-Town? Go to Tracy's page. She's got it printed out. She's got it printed out when she asked for the money. They have it printed out when Misunderstood sent her the money. We have it's a receipt, and she said, "I'll pay you back on Tuesday." And then they sold her continuing to send her money, not as a loan. The loan was for the $300. Really, she's given her a lot more money than that, but that was just her giving it to her. There's a difference. So you want to keep your friends. Don't loan them money. But this girl is just showing herself all over the place, the way she treats people. Where were the receipts presented? On Tracy's page? They're on there right now. She might even still be live right now. They're real receipts, right? I don't know if they took it from Cash App or they took it from whatever on here or however they did it. Her asking for the money, her receiving the money, her promising to pay it back on Tuesday, and then her continuing to accept money from this girl. The girl was probably looking for a friend at that point in her life. She was going through, she was trying to kick this drug addiction thing, and Miss Kimmie spotted a weakness or a need, and she took advantage of her, which speaks to her character. Kimmie could have just as easily called one of her own relatives, right? Let your own relatives sacrifice. Why are you on here getting this money from this woman on YouTube who's already been generous with you? Didn't what was that guy? Sir King get in a similar type situation where the people were giving him money and then he decided to take advantage of them and didn't pay them back. Well, at least he had the sense to nip it in the bud, and in this current time, either by himself or his subscribers, pay the woman back her money, so she could never keep bringing that up again. I mean, you could. It has no value because I paid you. You're paid. That's it. And at least he had that much sense. What you doing, Nicole Reloading? I think MU is hoping for friendship, loyalty, and kindness. Yeah, she was hoping for that. She's probably just a nice girl. Because you recognize that someone will give you their money, you don't have to take advantage. There's a such thing as no. That's not our relationship. Thanks for offering. Did Misunderstood ask for the money, or did Tracy ask for the money? Tracy became aware of it. Misunderstood was probably too shy to actually ask for the money. Plus, the girl was still pretending to be her friend at that point. And now that they've fallen out, Tracy is taking charge of it. What? So what? Didn't you get all up in her business? Right? I don't think Misunderstood should have to ask for her money. You asked me to loan you money. You said you pay me back on Tuesday. 50 Tuesdays has passed since then, and you still haven't paid me. Nothing changes that. I shouldn't have to go chase you down. Oh, you remember the money? You remember I don't remember shit, bitch. If you owe me money, just give it to me. Right? Some people are under that impression somebody got to ask you to pay back what you owe them. No, you should approach them. You know what? I still owe you that money. Just pay them. It feels good. It feels good on both ends. The person who's receiving their money back, and for you personally. Right? That speaks to your character. Hi, Surfing Tangents. You can't stand Big Kim? Well, see, she deceived people because Kimmie came on her acting like she was a glamour girl, right? You can only see up here. And then you see that girl, she ain't that far from Brianna. The reality of it, right? Yet you stuffing her in the mud for months and months and months about her weight, girl. You have your own issues, right? And I don't want to be petty or anything, but Kimmy, how could you come live with that wig on that you have on, girl? The one they're circulating now. I mean, that damn thing was horrible. So is this speaking to your mental condition? Are you crazy? I'll just say that wig you had on, honey. I'd rather you go back to the blonde myself. Baby, get that blonde retreated and resold. No, I'm sorry. We got a picture about that wig. That's the worst wig I've seen on here. It really was bad. It's like a man's toupee connected to long hair. It's not groomed or anything, but it looks like a man's toupee. You know how you can see an old man with this piece of shit on top of his head. It's like that, girl. And you're showing her receding hairline. It's a mess. But she had to get on here because she was so destroyed about what Tracy's doing in California. It's wrong. I'll speak on it. It was wrong, Miss Kimmy. We back to front. Did she have it on backwards? Is that what it was, girl? Why are you showing yourself looking like that, girl? You can go to the mirror. So she says she's on vacation. She might just be away from YouTube for a minute to regroup. But you don't really want somebody like Tracy on that ass, girl, every day. Why did you do that to her? And then you got 5 babe on your ass now? Because you revealed who you are, girl. It's because of who you are. This pile up mentality. You and Jay Wilson, same way, girl. Same way. Can't wait to pile up on somebody. Maybe it just slid a bit before she, girl, I don't know, honey. That damn thing was slid, baby. She had 5 head. 5 head. It just like sits like something you just took and shook it out and just stuck it on your head like that. You didn't comb it. You didn't groom it. You didn't do anything to it, right? And then you're sitting in front of a camera. If you're sitting in front of your computer, you're looking right at yourself. How can you be like that? Right? We know people with mental problems, they don't care what the hell they look like, right? They walk around looking crazy. But you're supposed to be a glamour girl. Hi, Miss Piggy. Yes, I paid my baby. He's serious about his coins. Who's your baby? No, y'all seen it. It's the picture that's gonna be circulating for quite some time. It's horrible, honey. Like a cat peed on it. Oh, I didn't say it was that bad, girl. Although he might have. And then she's got her hairline is way in the back. It exposed everything, girl. I don't know about that. I think if you're gonna wear hair in your head, then you should invest after you pay that girl her money back. You should invest in a good wig. If that's going to be your persona. If you're going to wear glasses online, then you need to spend some money on them. Since apparently looks are so important to you. But she's going to bring a lot of negativity her way because of her attitude. And this thing, this pile up she did, she thinks that she got over on Tracy, but I don't see it that way. I think it's going to cost you. Right? There are probably other stories out there concerning you. Whose hairline? Girl, she look like Jay Wilson's sister. You know, his starts back here. His ear is here. His hairline starts back here, right? And you see, when you see Jay Wilson's hair grow out a little bit, it starts back here. He looked like Bozo the Clown, girl. And she ain't far from behind him. You would think they was brothers and sisters. Now, I done slipped into being petty and reading. I ain't come over to all that, girl. I'm talking about this paying people their money, honey. Everybody needs money. You got 3 children. You can always use a few dollars. You don't know what her financial situation was then. You don't know what it is now. You ain't never asked. Now, we can only hope, Miss Kimmy, that you're paying your rent this time. You're evicted because you didn't pay your rent, right? It also speaks to your character. You got to pay your bills, girl, right? They start tracking your credit from when you first get a first credit card. All they want to know, they'll give you money. You can buy a fancy car, you can buy a fancy house, you can buy you a condo. You can do all that if you have good credit. Your good credit is more important than your money, right? I don't know what they ask for down payments and all that kind of stuff, but your credit is more significant than that. Some people don't even put no down payment on nothing because they got good credit. They just want to know if they're going to get their money back. You go into the bush to weep. Why you going to weep, Nicole Reloaded? What you weeping about, girl? Hi, Soul Sister #1 show. How y'all doing? Don't be weeping. Don't cry. She's not asleep. Y'all notice that hairline look terrible. How could you do that? You a glamour girl. That's what the man is waking up to. Shit. She has a live schedule for today. Well, we'll see what she has to say. People have a little fun reading you and all that kind of stuff, but that didn't change. The facts are still the same, Miss Kimmy. Right? Get that money. Get a girl back her money. You took advantage of her. She's probably so insecure because people were coming to her so hard. She was struggling. She was struggling with CPS. She's struggling with getting her children back. And in the midst of all that, you come and take $300 from her, plus all the other several $100s. You accept all that, right? You took advantage. Soul Sister, you say, I am very proud of Misunderstood for standing up for herself. It's about time, and I hope she keeps it up. Right. She'll get stronger. As she gets more sober, she'll get more confidence, and she'll become the person she was intended to be. So she will. You're insecure at first. The longer you're sober, though, the more you become your real self. She going live from vacation. Where is she in vacation, that girl? Is she in Paris, London? Where's the girl on vacation? That's glamorous, child. How the hell you owe that girl? You owe that girl money. You probably owe other people money. If you don't pay her, you probably don't pay nobody else either. How you got money to be going on vacation and thing, girl? Is that man paying for your vacation? If there is a man, there has been speculated, Kimmy, that there is no man. We could say anything. I could say that I have a partner in the bedroom. I can easily make that lie up. You're not going to know because I'm not going to expose them to YouTube, but you don't know that a person actually lives, is there, right? She disappointed me with that wig. That wig disappointed me, girl. Well, actually, I sit there and I laughed. I said, is she really on here with that thing? Why would you have something like that in your house, honey? I don't know about wigs, but that ain't it, honey. Whatever, maybe you feel like you have a collection, child. That is not it. She's on vacation on someone else's dime, a hustler. She's not here in London. She's not in London. Are you in London, Unique? All right, we're international. Hi, Blue Skies. I haven't seen you in a little while. Always remember your doggy emoji. Sheila Hughes. Y'all know you're laughing at that girl's wig. What happened to the blonde wig? I went over, I had to read her about something. Oh, she was coming too hard at that girl about her weight. So I confronted her about that. And At that time, I said, "Are you trying to be a white woman? Why you got a blonde wig and all this light makeup on, all this light on you, girl?" Next thing I know, the blonde wig was gone. Now she's rocking dark black wigs that don't look like a real hair anyway. But if it's a quality thing, I mean, you can tell. You don't just go and buy some $10 piece of shit and put it on your head, girl, like it's all a brown wig. And there's differences, honey. The wig was gapped out. Is that what it was? But don't buy no new wig before you pay that girl her money. And you could be beefing with her and still pay her money. It does not require any communication between you. You simply go to Cash App, hit the link, and pay that woman her money. They don't take that off. Other words, you're going to be suffering. People are going to remember this, Ms. Kimmy. It seems like Sir King got away from that storyline because he paid the woman back her money. And whenever she brings it up, she can always say, "I paid you." Yeah. Plastic hair. Lord have mercy. Can you imagine being out in that sun, girl, with plastic hair, and that shit just start melting on your head? That's kind of what she used that. Plastic hair. Lord have mercy. What else is going on today? Yeah, I had to speak about Kelly Love. I went over there. We kissed and made up, or he wanted an apology for me saying he lied. Well, I mean, basically, I still feel the same way, but I think he's more mistaken. So we made up. You ain't got to be beefing and arguing all the damn time, John. If you're wrong about something, promptly admit it. I said, "Well, girl, if that's the way you see it, I apologize to you." Followers will follow. I bet she will come on saying that she was repaying MU in cash apps and super chats. Well, it looks like it's the other way around, followers. The receipts that Tracy is showing shows that MU is still paying her. I didn't see nothing going the other way. MU is still cash apping her and super chatting her. I didn't see anything going the other way. Hustler. Was she in jail for boosting and shit? The hustler, honey. Oh, there's my Cash App. All right, Cash App. Who just sent me some money today? Who was that? Wolverine? I think it was Wolverine. Somebody. Thank you, whoever it was. I appreciate you. We might have to go to all Cash App if it's true that Google is going to start taking 45% of any super chat you give. People ain't been doing that. I wouldn't. Just Cash App them and let it be a color. Cash App, whatever. We got to find a way around that one. That's just greedy. And for them, it probably means millions and millions of dollars. Because 15 cents is quite 15%. It was already high. You're already taking a third of money that's supposed to be going to the person. You're already ripping them off with all these cheap ass commercials. And you advertising commercials, and you only pay $10. So if they get greedy, then they'll blow that whole thing. Maybe it's directed at these people who make huge sums of money, but people who make huge sums, they don't want to give it to you. Shit, they already got to pay tax on it. You gonna get more, Google gonna get more than you gonna get. She's scheduled a live. What else would that woman say? Is she going to pretend that she's in a room, she can't talk loud and all that? I just can't say too much. What does Google take now? 30%, a third of it. They're taking it like they're the tax company. Thing is, though, YouTubers have to pay tax as well. So where does that leave for the YouTuber? You guys intended to give it to the YouTuber. Why does Google need a few extra pennies? There should be limits. They don't start taking it out till you make a certain amount of money. But even then, if you're making money, you're working, people are trying to help you and donate to your channel. Why you gotta give it all to them? Aren't they getting enough money? I guess that's how they figured how to monetize this thing. I would think all these commercials they're making plenty of money with. I mean, a lot of these people, they have hundreds of thousands of people watching them, but they don't charge for YouTube, right? Just like they didn't charge for Facebook, and Facebook came up with all these different ideas of how to monetize it. I just think it's unreasonable. I got to go read that paperwork and find out. They did send me a letter. I ignored it. I ignored it. Too many emails in one day. That's right, Aries girl. People that fumble a friendship that loan you money when needed is crazy, right? Right, because that was a steady. The girl was cash apping her in super chat regularly, right? So now you throwing it all away because she's supporting Creasy. You don't support their friendship, right? And now Five Babies turned on you as well, Kimmy, because you got on there, your alliance, and you revealed who you are. That means none of them can trust you, girl. You're doing this to yourself, and then you come on and talk about you want to hurt yourself and all this crazy shit, girl. What's going on with you? Just the idea that you would put that thing on your head and come live, girl, speaks to your state of mind. Is that nigga excuse me, that African American gentleman, is he abusing you in some way, or what's going on with you? Maybe we should get our minds off of Tracy and off of that guy Ron, whatever, and get them back on you and what's going on with you. You express those thoughts. Those thoughts are troubling. Thumbs up, y'all. Would you please hit the like button? Thank you. She's insane. Is that the issue, Sasha? Okay, that would sum it up then. She's insane. Okay. Not the African American gentleman, girl. We don't know what that motherfucker is. Are you on vacation under duress? Have there been any protests in San Francisco, Uncle Tim? Well, San Francisco is a protest city. So I haven't watched the local news, but the last time I watched it was, I think, early this morning. They are protesting in Oakland. There's a huge protest in Oakland. You know, Oakland is just like New York City and let's say Jersey City. They're like right across the water. So it's 15 minutes away. It's a big protest there. But I can assume that there's protests in San Francisco as well, mainly because San Francisco protests everything. A lot of old hippie types here that we always protest. So I would have to assume, but I had not checked it out, Goonies. It was horrible what happened to that guy. I mean, and by black men. I think he ran. He got away because he was in fear of his life. The people were kicking you in the head with boots and shit. They done broke his rib, broke all the parts in his body. I mean, why wouldn't you run? You feel like that's the only thing you can do in that situation. As a general rule, I say, well, don't ever run from the police, right? Right. But if you feel like they're going to kill you, and which is exactly what they did, the man was running for his life. So far, all of them are fired. That's good. And then they're being charged. I think there's another guy who actually shot the taser, a white dude. It got charged today. I haven't been up on top of it. I haven't really been following the news. I think sometimes the news is too depressing for me. It just is. Every day is something new. Somebody else being abused. Something. It's just horrible. So I got to get my mind right. I canceled Comcast. So my news comes through internet. And so I got to stay caught up. But you can't expect me to be doing a lot of stories about this, about all this murder and killing, school shootings, workplace shootings, people stabbed, shot, killed. It's too much. It's constant. You can't watch the news either. You got to be in the right mood, honey. It's definitely a mood killer. Well, it's time we get through with this one, there'll be another one. You think you're studying one, and then in another city, there'll be another one every few days. The only thing outstanding about this one is that actually black people did this to him. All of them were black guys. That's unusual. Usually it turns into a race issue. But this is about police in general in Memphis. And the Pelosi attack, right. So I haven't been watching it. They messed that dude up, you know. You're so sick of Cox cable? What is that? Is that Fox? I can go to the news channel and get local news, national news, breaking news, whatever. I go hot and cold with that. Sometimes when the political season comes back, sometimes I'll watch more. But all this killing is sickening to me. Ain't a damn thing I can do about it. Cox cable. Is she talking about Fox, or is that a pun? I hear you, Rhonda. This shit is depressing. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry I hear that. 3 heartbeats. Your church member was killed. I mean, it's just so much. Every day. We only hear about whatever top story is, but they're shooting and killing each other every single day. And murder, husbands murdering their wives, wives disappearing, and all that shit, child. Who in hell is Jason Whitlock? He blames single black mothers for the. Y'all better put more respect on these single black mothers, because a lot of us would not even be here if it were not for single black mothers, right? A lot of these women end up single. You don't know why they're single. We saw in Sacramento what can happen, what you could end up with, right? But as a general rule, the mothers are still there. The mothers is the one that's putting up with your ass. The mother's is the one that's clothing your ass and feeding you, right? Sotomar used to do a lot of this shit. Oh, it's the single black mother, Walter Lee Hampton. They're the reason, girl, they're the reason that we even survive. Right? It's a shame we got to spend so much time chasing down some damn child support from your ass. Exactly, Miss D-Town. Folks always want to demonize the person who stayed around to take care of the children. Of course, she's not going to get it all right alone. Of course, she's not going to get it all right alone. Right. Of course, she's not going to get it all right alone by herself. She's trying to raise boys. She got 2 and 3 boys. Right. A lot of these women are putting up with, I mean, some serious heartbreak, not only with these males they choose, but look how many black kids or young people are got in gangs and so forth, right? Because I was raised by a single mother, incidentally, but the mother Not only is she raising the family, right, but she's also working. So when she gets off work, she's like everybody else, honey. She is tired. She's tired. She's exhausted because she's working full time to try to support the income. She can bring home the bacon, stir it up in the pan, and all this, and then she has to deal with all the issues with raising children, right? If things would work perfectly, the man would be out there bringing home the bacon, so she could concentrate on the family. So it's not great, but at least she's there. Usually, single mothers, they end up getting a house. Why? Because they need a house. Why? Because they have children, right? The man, he can come and go wherever. He's over in Boston, some goddamn where with another woman. Y'all know, I can't tell y'all all about all of that, but I think it's disturbing to blame the single mother, the one in the trenches. I don't know who that dude is, to tell you the truth. Yeah, and what they have to go through when they're losing their sons. Sons are dying to gun violence, right? Finding guns in your kids' rooms. It's a lot of work. I may not have kids, but I've certainly been one. I know what people are up against. Blame the absentee father. There you go. You on the line, baby. Hmm. I grew up with both parents and still. I grew up with both parents and it still wasn't perfect. It never is. Right. We all have issues. The internet likes to pretend that people don't have no issues, right? They don't want to talk about everybody else's issues, but everybody got issues, honey. I think personally, if you're going to dedicate yourself and go around calling yourself a pastor, or you calling yourself a chaplain, you should be more interested in the uplifting of the family, as opposed to just coming on here being a catty queen. That's how I feel, right? It means you're an insincere person. It's offensive. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people had dads, but my situation, I didn't want that nigga to be there, honey. That was a great day when he left, right? So you don't know why people are single. We don't know. We're not in their families. A lot of these dudes can't keep the thing in their pants. They got families all over the damn place, child. They're abusive, or the two of them just don't get along. Elaine, did I see the video of Stomp Down Maid of him walking? He showed his legs. Girl, see that yellow motherfucker legs. Yeah, she made 3 of them. She made 2 showing Tracy's apartments. Then she took those down. Then she made 2 more showing her legs walking around that woman's building. That's stalking. You're a man. You may not feel like you're a man. It look like you're an old drag queen, but you're still a man, honey, and you are stalking this single woman. Why are you walking around somebody else's house? Do you live there? Is that what the cops are going to ask you when she finally has enough? Where do you live? You drove over here to walk around the block? Yeah, I saw it, Elaine. He's disgusting. That boy. I don't even like talking about him. Oh, yeah, the $100. Oh, I don't watch sports. I don't know anything about that, Goonies. All right, you guys. Baby, be quiet. Thanks for coming in. Let's hope that girl gets her money back, right? Aside from all the arguing, bickering, making up beefs and all that shit, she still should get her money back. Bottom line. Later, people. Thanks for coming in.